Joined by longtime Kent State Gymnastics head coach, Brice Biggin. Coach, it's your 35th year as the head coach of this great program. You're hanging it up after this year. 23 NCAA regional appearances, 12 MAC Coach of the Year awards, so many different accomplishments. What has made this place so special to you?
You know, I think I grew up here as a gymnast, and so it obviously is a special place to me because of that. Being an alum of the university, of the gymnastics program, Rudy and Janet Bachner started the program out many years ago and did just a phenomenal job of really instilling a family into what the team has been. Terry Nesbitt was my head coach. Same thing. There's so many good people that it kind of made me really want to be a part of this and really kind of continue the tradition of what they started.
After all this time, when you thought about going into this year, why did you feel this was the year that you're like, okay, I've done so much for this program and accomplished so many achievements? Why was this the year you decided to hang it up?
I think after so many years, you kind of reflect back, and you always want to leave when you feel like the program's in a good place. It's in a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a great group of seniors that I'm going out with that, it's going to be tough to replace them. So, I've looked at it the last couple of years and just have really felt like this would be a great time to go out. We've got some good people in place as assistant coaches. And once again, I think the culture here is really good. I think it's in a place where it's time for someone else to take over and continue just to make the program the best it can be.
That's great to hear. Let's go back, though, to 2011. You win National Coach of the Year. You're the first MAC team ever to make the National Finals. What made that 2011 team so special?
That team will always be, obviously, probably my most special team. They were a team that from day one were very driven. They had goals set, and they had goals set that were high. Like they knew coming into that year, they wanted to qualify to the national championships. We thought we had the talent. We thought we had the depth. And we had great leaders who really took the team over and kind of pushed the rest of the team to the understanding that this is what we wanted to do. It's what we wanted to accomplish, and we had to work hard to do it, but that we truly trusted and believed in the process and what we were doing.
It will forever be a special team in 2011. You've had a lot of journeys in this sport, a lot of mentors. Who is someone in the sport of gymnastics that you feel has taught you the most?
There's two, and Rudy and Janet, once again, who started the program out, they did set the whole foundation for the program. They did so much for gymnastics, not only in the world collegiately, but also obviously here at Kent State University. And once again, my former coach, Terry Nesbitt, was really the one who took me under his wing, kind of when I was a young gymnast, taught me the importance of everything. And I've kind of, followed a lot of his advice through the years. And so if there's two people, those would probably be the two people that I would look to.
Coach, you talked about your time as a young gymnast. You were on the team when Kent State had men's gymnastics back from 1980 to 1983. During your time as a student athlete at Kent State, do you think you imagine yourself going into coaching and being at this point in your career?
No, it's something. I really wanted to be a physical education teacher growing up. And then, I just had an opportunity. After I graduated, I spent 2 years helping the men's program out and continually learning from Terry, just how to coach and different things to do. And then I had the opportunity to be the first graduate assistant for the women's team. And things just kind of continued to fall in place. And I got hired on as an assistant with Rudy and Janet. And spent about 5 years doing that before, I was fortunate enough to then take over for Rudy.
The next question, probably the most difficult question I'll ask you. If you could create an all-time Brice Biggin Kent State team, you could have a couple of all-around gymnasts, one on vault, beam, floor, bars. Who are the first gymnasts that come to mind for you?
That is a difficult question, just because there have been so many really phenomenal athletes that I've had the pleasure of coaching throughout the years. If I have to look at one of our top all-around ever gymnasts, um, I'm going to have to go with a couple because I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I can just single out one.
Yeah.
Christina Lenny was a phenomenal all-arounder for us, and she was one of our leaders on that team that made it to the NCAA championships. Michelle Nessig, obviously, she holds our school record in the all-around and was just a fierce competitor her 4 years. Marie Case, another fierce competitor who truly just, when you needed someone to give you a score, she would be the person who could get you that score. So that's probably the all-arounders. Vaulting, I think, is probably a little bit easier. Shelley Stambaugh, who was actually my first recruit that I ever had,
That's cool.
came in and she won a MAC championship on vault all 4 years, which I don't know if that's ever truly been done before or since then. But once again, she was a kid who was so dynamic on vault that did some amazing things. So hands down, probably she was our best vaulter on bars. Sarah Haxton was a girl who just swung unbelievably well and confidently, and had a lot of our best scores we've ever had. Susie Stoudelman was also a young lady who probably had our most dynamic and difficult routine that we've ever had here at Kent State. So probably those would be my two bar people. On balance beam, we've had some great ones. Rachel Stopinski, she was and probably is the best kid to never score a 10 on beam. She did so many phenomenal routines, and when the pressure was on, she was at her best. Like, it didn't matter what the situation was. She could go out and give you a 9.8, 9.85, 9.9, 9.95 just about every time. Shannon Gallagher scored our first perfect 10 on beam. So she's a tough one to replace. April Zenko, another perfect 10 on beam. We've really been blessed with some great beam workers. So probably those three would be the top there. And then on floor, Rachel Goldenberg, once again, one of probably our most difficult routines. Amanda St. John, another really, really nice floor worker who was just phenomenal with her talent. Carly Franz, perfect 10 on floor. Those probably would be about our top kids that I look at. But boy, there's been so many that we've been proud of and really have worked hard. And it's been great being able to be a part of their whole process.
Great memory and a great coach as well. Coach Biggin, the last thing I'll ask you, year 35, your final year as the head coach of Kent State Gymnastics. If you had a chance to go back and talk to yourself as year one of Brice Biggin as the head coach of this program, what would you say to year one of yourself?
I think when I started out, I was probably a little too intense with the girls, and I think some of those girls would tell you the same thing. The college athletics is difficult. It's really, really difficult. To be successful and to be good takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of kids buying into what your culture is. But at the same time, like, they're trying and they're giving you their best. So probably, I think I probably should have been a little easier on some kids back then. But you learn as you continue to grow, and I think I'm still learning things that are useful, and hopefully I'll be able to help whoever comes in next and maybe give them some advice that helps them. But it's been a great ride, and I've enjoyed it, and I can't be more proud of the athletes that have come in and really given their heart and soul to this program.
35 incredible years and not done just yet. Kent State Gymnastics head coach Brice Biggin. Coach Biggin, congratulations on an incredible career.
Thank you.